Okay, YouTube, here we are with a new video system. My buddy Stuart, the plumber, came and helped me hook all this up, and took us better part of yesterday and today, but we got it up and going. There's Stuart. Hi. Okay, so we got the 240 in the garage, and if you guys watch my videos, you know I got the 135 in the living room, 125 in the bedroom, and the 55 in the kitchen. But right now we hooked up this station that I have, which is a 275 gallon drum. Used to have like vegetable oil in it, and we cleaned it all out, and we ran the water from the station was over here next to where my toolbox is, so we plumbed in hot and cold water and ran it up and through the attic and the garage, and they come out right here, and you'll notice there's a third line, but we'll get to that in a minute. So the hot and cold water come down here, and then it splits to the RO water and then cold tap water to fill the tank. So it runs through the RO system. The RO system is draining into the fill tank here, right? And it's running the excess drain water we have tapped into a drain right here, which is also the drains for the tank. So stay with me. It's a little complicated, but it's actually not. It's pretty simple, just a lot of gadgets. But okay, so we got RO water going into the tank. We have tap water going into the tank, so I can do like a 50-50 mixture, because the tap water here is really hard and high pH, so I get it softened up and the pH low with this, right? So I get my water right, and this thing will hold 275 gallons. Let's just say 250, whatever. So this is full of water, right? So then the time comes to do water changes. So what we have here is okay, this line's going to take out of the tank when it's time to fill, and there's a Jabo DC 12,000 pump in here that's adjustable from like 1,000 gallons an hour to 3,000 gallons hours per fill, right? So it goes here, and this goes to the 240, and everything has a ball valve on it, so we can shut off, isolate every single station. So this goes to the tank, to my 240, which is plumbed into the inlet lines. There's 3 inlet lines to the tank, right? Normally there's valves on them, like if you look at the other ones, the adjustable blower valves, there's 3 ends. So what we did was we just plumbed into the end right here, and then came down with a 90. So we're using it to drain and fill, right? So to drain the tank is the first thing, is we follow the line. I open this valve here, right? Let's see. I just made this, so give me a minute here, guys. We open the valve here, and then we open the valve here, which runs to around here to my drain pump, right? Then the drain pump goes down and out the side of the garage and into the grass. So this is where the RO drips also. We just tap the RO into there, so the wastewater from the RO is going out there. So now I have a 300 gallon an hour pump that I got from Home Depot, and it's really loud, but I'm going to plug it in and show you how fast this thing drains. It's a little bit silly. So I got to work out my switching still, but we have it on a basic switch here, so it's going to get really loud. But so that thing's sucking water out of the 240. Okay, sucking it up there, and we'll go around outside and you can see it blowing outside. It's raining here where I'm at, so I'm gonna make it quick, but you can see that thing's draining. I mean, it's a couple hundred gallons an hour at least, so it should drain the tank very quickly. I figure I can drain 100 gallons in probably 10-15 minutes. So what I'm gonna do is, I got all my things isolated here at the tank too, so I'm gonna shut the tank off so the sump doesn't run dry. So I shut off my drains here, and I shut off my drain over here. Sorry it's so loud. I shut off my UV sterilizer back here, and I shut off my pump right here, which is going to shut off that other pump. Okay, so we'll turn this back on. I'll just unplug the sump pump is unplugged. Okay. So we literally should be able to watch this thing drain out now. Make sure the sump stopped and all the valves are closed. And again, I'm going to go around here, make sure it's draining out, right? So that thing's blowing water out pretty good out here in the grass. So if we come back in the garage, we need to maybe do a time lapse thing, but I'll just show you how quick it drains. It drains pretty damn quick. And then it'll fill even quicker because The drain pump is 300 gallons an hour. The fill pump is 1,000 to 3,000, so it fills really fast. Looks like I don't think I can stop the video and then show you. So okay, we'll let it run and I'll show you what the other line here is. It's going to be so loud. Let me shut it off for a minute and I'll explain the other stuff here. So anyways, this is the drain for the 240, which is attached around to the drain that goes outside, or we shut off the valve that goes to the drain outside, turn it off, and then open the valve for the fill tank and turn the fill pump on, and now it runs and fills the tank back up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let it drain. I'll let it drain here in a second. So that's for the 240, and then what we have here is it comes up to the 135 in the house. So this line runs up and through my attic, over the garage wall, and into the 135. So what I'm going to do is let this drain and I'll go show you the 135. But the 135 is shut off right now. And then also what we have is another T that comes off. I can shut off the 135, shut off the 240, and then open this valve, which is attached to a vacuum. So I can gravel vac. And I think what I'm going to do for now is this will gravel vac the 240. And I think I'm just going to put like 100 foot of line on this thing. Then I can take it in and gravel vac any of the 2 or 3 tanks I got in the house, or I may tee off of the other stuff and use vacuums right there. But for now, I'm just looking to drain and fill, and we didn't even know this morning if this would work or not, but it's definitely working. So yeah, the one line goes to the 135, and then the vacuum, and we could add as many tanks as I want on here. You know, so I can add the bedroom tank will go right here, my office tank will go right here, the kitchen tank can go right here. We just got to run the PEX line up through the attic now. So again, I'll turn on the pump, let it run while I go look at the other tanks. Am I doing a decent job here? Okay. All right. It's raining here, that's all the noise. But essentially we just ran, I don't know if you can see, it's so dark here, but we ran into the wall with some clear line, then up to PVC, then over into the back of the tank, and you can see there's just a line here which eventually I'll paint black, so you can't really see it because I have a black background. So again, I can drain and fill, and I'll do a video later showing how long it takes, but I think it's only going to take 15 minutes to drain, 15 minutes to fill, and I'm not going to have drag lines or siphon or any of that stuff. The lines stay full of water at all times. You can see it's solid water, so there's no air or nothing in line. We got it all to drain out. So this tank will have the drain and fill, and then eventually here in the bedroom, I just got to run a line over to this tank will drain and fill, and then I am going to put a 150 I think in the office here, and then we'll have drain and fill to that. So no more dragging hoses through the house, no more none of that garbage, you know. So, and we ran this one and it drained and filled very quickly, especially it's a 135. The other one's a 240, so it might take a minute, but you know, I'll show you the little 55 here, and we've been walking around the house for about a minute maybe, and we'll see how much of a dent it's put in that 240. That pump's 300 gallons an hour, so really it should drain that whole tank in an hour. So I guess half the tank would take 30 minutes to drain would make sense, but let's see if we put a dent in the 240. Yeah, so just that minute we were in the house, it drained you know, 2 inches off. Let me turn this off here. So just the 60 seconds we were in the house, it had to have drained 15, 20 gallons. So I imagine, you know, if it takes a half an hour to drain this and then 15 minutes to fill it back up, that's a huge improvement from the, you know, the 2 or 3 hours it was taking me before, and then setting up, cleaning up, and all that stuff. So I don't want to make the video too long because I don't think it'll load if I don't, but we got the container, and we've got quite the mad scientist laboratory going here with all these pumps and valves, but it works, and I'll update later on. Thanks, guys.